everyone.
Hello.
How's everyone doing? Samuel, how are you doing?
Assignments. I don't have any tests, just a lot of
There's a lot of
assignments.
assignments. We're recording this podcast very early because it's apocalypse. It's the
It is
it's apocalypse
the
edition.
apocalypse
Yeah,
edition.
we don't know what's gonna happen in the future. I might go away. Samuel might go away. The world might end. It's a very dark
I
period
think-
to live in now.
The world is ending right now.
Yes, exams, controversies. I'm sure you people would know about the controversies we have lately around the world. But in this beacon of hope, we are united. I've seen videos of everyone uniting all over the world. And not only
Yeah, you
that,
see a little blossom of
Yeah, little
hope in
blossom.
all this chaos.
exactly.
It's like the lore for Warhammer 40k. You know, it's a crap world where everyone's miserable, except you have a little flower of hope, and which makes those little precious moments all the more precious.
It's like that. I like to compare it to Wall-E. In the movie Wall-E, that little flower, that little cockroach that symbolizes life. It's a cockroach, but it's still alive.
It's like what's it called? I can't think of it.
It's like Children of Men, where
Children of Men,
Yes, it's like Children
the
of
one
Men, where
baby.
the world has gone full infantile, but we've got that one lady who's
Yeah,
pregnant.
little
That
one
baby
bit of
is a symbolism of hope. And speaking of hope, me and Samuel have brought a special guest who is our symbol of hope for this podcast. For all you viewers, you may know this guy. He's a
He's
legend.
our-
He's a myth.
Resident law student, which we will need later on in the episode.
Oh my lord. Okay. let's
Please
introduce him.
welcome Brian.
Yay! Daniel, cue
Hey
the clap.
guys! Thank you for having me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you guys think of that? You guys didn't think about that, huh? We didn't think we would put Brian, but we did put Brian in. Our beacon of hope, our savior, our messiah. I shouldn't speak religious terms on this podcast.
That's
Thank you,
heresy.
guys. You guys are too nice.
Yes.
We are 100 seconds from midnight. Not literal midnight, but like till the end of the world. So,
That's right.
there's an association that was developed during the Cold War to measure how close we are to nuclear Armageddon.
Isn't this
We are closer to midnight than we were during the Colombian
Wait,
Missile Crisis.
Isn't this the freaking 2012 thing that that civilization made?
No,
Is that
it's
your
it's
freak?
been a while since the Cold War.
Oh.
Like, the further we are from midnight, the further we are from, nuclear Armageddon.
Anyways, I don't know why you're talking about this dark stuff. We've introduced our beacon of hope. Brian, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Can
Everything's
you
going
introduce
well.
yourself to the audience?
Oh.
Who the hell are you?
I will introduce myself.
Yeah.
My Discord name's Brian. My real life name's Abdallah. You can call me whichever you like. I'm a third year business and law student.
Wait, you're
also
third year?
member- Yeah, I'm third
I
year.
didn't know you were
I
third
thought you
year.
were second year.
I thought you were second as well.
I'm old. I'm ancient. I'm a boomer now.
Oh god.
But yes, I've been with Anime Society for I think 2 years.
2 years.
I joined an anime camp last year, the year before last year, and that's where I met everybody.
Oh
I've
my
just
god.
been here the entire time.
I
Yeah.
thought it was your first year last year. I thought last year was your first
Yeah.
year.
No, last year was my second year.
Oh
year
my
before
God.
that was my first year.
I didn't
Wow.
know that.
I'm a Discord OG. Literally,
You're
Finally,
me?
someone who's not completely born in the 2000s period.
that's right, 1999 point. Wait, how old
Yeah,
are you
yeah,
guys?
You saved yourself by 1 year.
That's right. I'm not
Your
a filthy
parents,
millennial.
your parents knew. Like this kid. If we bring this kid up in the 2000s, he'll be bullied for the rest of his life. Let's do him a favor.
Every day I thank my parents. Thank you for banging 12 months earlier.
As a third year student, well, surprisingly, I didn't know you were third year. But anyways, in the podcast, we'll talk about exam advice, how to study, quit study. We'll talk about the best ways to tackle your notes and stuff like that. But obviously, as an anime podcast, we have to talk about anime. What's the best way to start?
course.
That's the best way to start. Samuel?
Best way to start? Wait, do we want to talk about anime now or the news?
News is the anime, you idiot.
Anime news or just news?
News now, right now.
Okay, anime news first, then news.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, well, honestly, someone put this on the schedule. I don't care about the anime, but I heard it's good. It's called Spy X Family. Y'all heard of that? Anyone?
I
No,
have not.
Okay,
I
so,
may have heard of it.
okay. Let me quickly search it up because I don't want to be wrong.
It's got
But-
action. Like, it
I'm
should be
pretty
good.
sure you told me about this once and I didn't really care.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure. Okay, So we got two spies. One's a husband and one's a wife, and they have a kid. I'm pretty sure the husband is on the side of another nation, and the wife is on the side of another nation. So they kind of, I guess, they're trying to follow each other's plans. So let's say, I don't know, let's blow up this country, but the wife was like, no, don't blow up the country or whatever. I don't know.
So it's like Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but with a catch. Their kid is a psychic.
Yeah, you lost me there.
Oh wait, no. Oh my lord, no, I spoke. Oh no, wait, no. This is the wrong
Where's this
plot.
going?
Oh no. Okay. Okay, audience. Ignore what I said for the past 2 minutes. That's not the plot. I do not.
Okay,
know.
let's not talk about Spy X Family if we know nothing about it.
No, I do not know nothing.
We just know it's been announced. That's it.
Whoever wrote that in the schedule, I want to fire you. You're fired.
Nobody here gets paid.
Huh?
Nobody here gets paid.
Well, I don't care. I'm gonna be that guy and I'll fire you. As the director of this podcast, you're getting fired.
Like The Apprentice.
Exactly, yes. But I know a show that we all watch. That's very important and very, very good. You want to say it? Anyone want to say it?
Attack on Titan.
Yeah. Oh my lord! You guys see the trailer?
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
hot.
Are you guys hyped?
Yes.
Yes.
It's the final trail. It's the final season. How can you? I don't know how you can do it. There's a lot of chapters after season 3, right?
I first watched the first
Yeah.
season when it was out when I was in high school,
Yeah.
and it was like, oh, so amazing. And then nothing came out for 4 years, and then after those 4 years, it picked up right out after where it left off.
Exactly.
Instantly,
Mm.
it was flawless.
How have you guys both read the chapter, like the manga?
Yeah. Manga.
I don't know. I haven't, but I know what happens.
Well, Brian, are you very keen
I
to see it
have
animated?
read them.
Yes.
I am
How
keen.
is it? It doesn't. Is it? How should I say this? Is it going
Wait,
good?
have you read the manga?
I try not to because
Ooh.
I'd rather see it animated.
Okay,
I mean,
let
have you
me
seen?
just put it like this. It's very good. That's all I'm gonna say. It's good.
Yeah,
The
but you
quality
don't like-
stays consistent.
You don't hear the OST go like da 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 da. Yeah.
Honestly,
I
I
listen
would
to
read.
OST while I read the manga.
Oh, that's
Oh,
good.
wow.
That's how you do it.
Do you pick the exact song for the right setting, or you just listen to anything in general?
Listen to anything in general, but like normally it's always the right setting.
Oh wow, that's interesting. I mean, I tried to read the manga myself, but
Yeah.
So here's the thing: I've actually read the manga before it became before it became anime, and I didn't like the drawing. It was very rough and coarse, and it gets
Yeah.
everywhere. That's for you
Oh
Star Wars
my
fans
gosh.
if you don't know the
Yeah.
reference.
You know,
But has the
Yeah.
manga, has the drawing improved, Brian? Or does
It has improved. I know what you're referring to, and it
Yeah.
does get better.
I like
Fine.
the art style of the manga.
But-
have you guys seen the final panel of the manga?
No, I don't want to.
Oh, I think I know. It's in the trailer, right?
No, it's not in the trailer. The author Ishiyama, I think his name is. He just released the final panel of the manga and
As
just
in
published it online.
The ending.
Like
the
a very
ending.
rough draft of the final panel,
Oh,
so people
wow.
know what it's going to be. And
Why
it's
would
just
he do that?
wild. Oh, because it makes more theories. Like you can make more theories about it and stuff.
Oh,
Like
wow.
it's insane. Like I'm allowed to say what it is. Wait,
Oh, don't say what it is. Don't spoil
Don't
it.
say what it is.
Okay,
Honestly,
Well, I
let
mean-
me
for
just-
everyone listening,
yeah.
we are going to tell you the premise of Attack on Titan.
Okay.
Try and learn nothing about it, right? But we're gonna give you the bare basics to get you in the first season. Once you have gotten your foot into the first episode, you get sucked in for the rest.
You think
Trust me.
it's a basic premise, but oh my lord,
It's not.
It
It's
is
not.
Oh my
Yeah,
lord,
it's
it
a
is not
massive
basic.
mystery box.
It is insane. I thought it was just a simple.
It's not like a simple shonen.
Yeah.
It's more like Schindler's List.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
The hell did I just what?
Schindler's List.
No, it's like Alice in Wonderland. It's not.
No, it's like Schindler's List.
Schindler's
It's
List
like
is about
Game
the
of
Holo-
Thrones that
Yes,
doesn't
Game of
become
Thrones.
bad.
It's not Game of Thrones.
No,
It's Schindler's
no,
List.
it's Game of Thrones.
Game
Brian's
of
right.
Thrones, but it doesn't become bad.
Okay.
It stays good.
Brian is right. It's Game of Thrones. You think it's just about bad guys and nations attacking each other? It's
Game
about
of
conflict.
Thrones is overrated.
You've watched Game of Thrones? Have you watched Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
At least the first 5 seasons. Don't worry about the other
I
seasons.
watched like the first 4 episodes, and after every single season, first 4 seasons, and after every single season, it gets worse over time.
You know what? You're allowed to be wrong, Brian. You probably
I'm
have
right.
you probably don't listen to our podcast, but in every podcast, Samuel's allowed to be wrong. That's the opinion.
You're wrong.
Awesome.
I'm right. You're wrong.
It's okay. You're allowed to be wrong. It's okay. It's alright.
It's
But
okay to
anyways,
be wrong.
you're going off a huge tangent. What the hell's
Okay, we're
what's the
talking
premise?
about Attack on Titan.
What is the premise?
It's really good. So it's about this kid. His name is Eren Yeager. He's like boxed into some like a bunch of like humanity is boxed into a bunch of walls in a city, and outside of those walls are these monsters that are huge called Titans.
Really?
And they eat people, and they don't know why Titans eat people because they don't need to eat people to survive or anything.
But they
just
still
eat
attack.
people. Yeah. So humanity is like been hiding behind these walls for many years.
Yeah.
Suddenly they attack.
No. Suddenly, a crasho. What's the
Colossal.
word?
The Colossal
Yeah.
Titan.
Yeah. Something shift.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
So, in other words, they lived like this for centuries and centuries until something drastically changed.
Yeah.
Where their lives are humanity is literally at stake. Back then, they're like, oh, we're used to it, a bunch of titans attacking us.
Yeah.
But the season starts off with, oh my god, something worse is happening. Our humanity is at stake right now.
It's like as much of an adventure as much as it is a mystery.
Yeah.
Because there's all these mysteries, like what are these titans? Where did they come from?
Yeah.
How did we get here?
Yeah.
You
No,
know.
and it's better to just know from the surface. Humanity is under danger of titans and just go from
Yeah.
there. Honestly, when I watched season 3, I was like, holy crap, this is probably the best show. This is not a shonen anymore. This is just so it's hopeful.
Like,
It's everything.
You have the mindset of like you have deeply enriched characters. Like,
Exactly. And
what
obviously-
would the pilot of the person who dropped the nuclear bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki feel?
What?
You'd feel guilty too, right?
What do you guys? What is
Yeah,
it?
well,
Brian,
that's
you
a
know
bit
what's-
of a spoiler territory, though.
Brian,
I know.
What is he talking about? I'm so confused. I'm actually so confused. What are you?
No, okay, yeah, we're thinking about this thing, right?
you saying-
Brian knows what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
this is
I
a-
knew it was coming for a
Okay,
long
this is
time.
a spoiler. This is actually
But,
a spoiler.
but
What are you guys?
it's not. I'm not telling you what it is. But to actually see it animated made me like cry. I knew it was coming,
Brian, you know what he's
but
talking
actually
about?
watching it was like,
What
"Whoa."
are you talking about bombs for? What the f are you talking about? Oh my god, you're spoiling it. Oh my god,
I'm not
shut up.
spoiling it.
This is a spoiler. Brian,
It's not
yes
a
or no?
spoiler.
Is whatever metaphor he's talking about, is it directly linked to Attack on Titan?
It's
Hiroshima.
indirectly linked. It'll only be a spoiler if you've read the manga, so I think it's fine. Yeah.
See,
But speaking of that, I don't see how many episodes would the final season be, because I know for a fact that the manga in the later after post the anime, there's so many characters, so many
Yeah.
sub stories. How would they fit it all? Do you think they'll rush it? I hope they don't rush it at least.
Nah. I think it'll at least be 30 episodes.
30 episodes. Oh, well, I hope.
They'll probably
I
do
hope
part 1, part 2.
oh my god, just like Haikyuu. But guess what? Look
Yeah.
after Haikyuu, it's been delayed.
But delayed.
Very sad.
What do you-
Very sad. But you know what's
So,
not
yeah.
delayed? You know what's not delayed?
What?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Hurrah!
It's finally being released in Japan on June 26th. Can we have a celebration? That's that. Brian's like a beacon of hope. This news I just told everyone is a beacon of hope. Fellow Japanese people, you're gonna watch Sonic the Hedgehog. Best game movie so far.
I think
No,
Prince
the-
of Persia:
oh
Sands
my
of Time is pretty
God.
good.
Oh my god, it's such a terrible movie. God damn it.
It's a good movie.
Jake Gyllenhaal could not save it. As much as
He
I
was
loved the
great. It's a good
actor,
movie.
no, it's terrible. It's
I
absolutely.
agree with
fun.
Samuel here. It's a good movie. He's in
You
the
watched
right.
it?
this
See?
time. You're right, Samuel.
The guest agrees with me,
Oh
Ken.
my god, the CGI.
It was a
oh
good
my
movie.
god. I'd rather
Yeah.
watch all of Resident Evil, and the CGI in Resident Evil is terrible.
Would you rather watch Hugo or Prince of Persia?
you kind of putting me in a freaking on the spot. That's like
I
saying.
got you there, bitch.
That's like saying, would you rather kill your family or would you rather kill your girlfriend's family? That's like, what?
That's a pretty big difference.
That's a oh, okay. That is stupid. How dare you compare such a thing? And no, I'd rather kill myself. What about that?
Okay.
Yeah, good awkward silence. Daniel, can you put something in that awkward silence, please? Just make it,
Don't. Leave it there.
Okay, should should we talk about news?
News.
Are you sure you want to talk
News?
about this?
Time.
Do you want to talk about the
Yeah.
news?
This kind of
I'm gonna
worm
open
is
up the
okay.
bag.
Are you sure?
Okay.
Are you really sure you want to talk about the
Okay,
news?
let me set the stage.
Oh god.
All right.
Okay.
So, there is rioting in the streets. Chaos erupts through all the
Are we
democracies
playing
of the
Clock Tower
world.
or something?
No.
By the way, Clock Tower is every single Friday. Well, maybe not this
Yeah,
week because
clock
of
tower.
exams,
Yeah.
but you know,
Okay,
every
maybe not during the exam period, but yeah. Okay, chaos erupts everywhere through the world. America has racial riots. Hong Kong is within a riot of freedom from China.
Yep, that's right.
Whether you agree with these or not, it's not for us to say
Exactly.
because we don't care. We just want to watch
Oh my
anime.
God.
While all this is happening, a disease is ravaging the earth, and while on top of all this, the world is heading to a climate disaster. But while this is all happening, we're just sitting here recording a podcast.
Yes, discussing.
This is why it's Apocalypse Edition.
Yep, talking.
Yeah. Perfect.
US and China are in a trade war. We may or may not see World War III. I can't say for sure. But all we know is we have a Simon stew. So
Oh my god.
that's not any of our concern for now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Just
That's not the
focus on
news
the
you-
assignment.
That wasn't even part. Look, are you reading the schedule? It literally says it. Are you gonna talk about it or not?
Oh yeah, okay. So the pretense behind the riots in America is that a black man named George Floyd had his neck kneed on for 8 minutes by a police officer who
Yep.
would refuse to lift his knee up
Yep. And by the way,
and
George,
got killed.
this victim did scream out. Not
Yeah,
scream
he
out,
did
but
scream out, and a lot of bystanders tried to get.
They definitely
police
heard it. A
officers
lot of
stopped.
bystanders heard it, so therefore the police officers also
The
heard
reason
it.
why he was, attacked and arrested was apparently he handed over a $20 counterfeit bill,
Mhm.
but it does not mean that he's even aware of this fact. Because my mum got handed $100 counterfeit bill, and
Why are
she
you-
found out
Why are you talking
the
about
person
your
who
mum?
handed it to her
Why are we
did
talking
not
about your
get in
mum?
trouble.
What?
So yeah.
Why are we talking about your mum? Look, the point is, it's not just America that's protesting. We've got America, we've got Australia, we've got Italy, we've got France, we've got Spain, Ireland. What
The
else?
way he was killed is horrific.
Very
like,
disgusting.
what
yeah.
kind of incompetent police officer kneels on someone's neck for like 8 minutes?
Exactly.
He's already in handcuffs. He's not a threat to you. He has no weapons. There are 4 of
Exactly.
you. He's already on the ground. You don't need to lean on his neck
Exactly. It's,
for
it's
8
very,
minutes.
It's very disgusting, and I do believe
Yeah.
justice must be done upon these. Was it 4 police officers?
Yes.
Yeah.
4 police
There must be
officers.
reforms.
Exactly.
Swift justice.
When it
How,
comes,
how long does it take to arrest and persecute someone, Brian?
oh, yeah.
It depends on the crime. If it's a police officer, I'm not sure about the laws in America, but I think they have like a immunity bill against police officers that makes it really hard to kind of prosecute. So
I'm
like, it
pretty
might
sure
take
they've
a
been
while.
not sentenced, but they've actually been what's the word? Charged. Is that the right word?
Charged, yeah.
Yeah, they've been charged.
Do
I've
you
seen-
think the arrest and charge of these officers was speedy or too long?
Definitely too long.
really?
I think because like police officers, they have certain rights above normal individuals that are.
I meant
granted
compared to like normal court proceedings.
normal court proceeding.
Yeah.
I actually haven't been following the Black Lives Matter and the George Floyd controversy all that much because I feel like as like it's such. I feel like I don't have. There's nothing I can do for it, and like it's an issue that's been consistently plaguing
Oh.
the justice system in America for like ages. So
I've
like
got
when this
something.
happened,
I've got something to say about that. When it comes
Yeah.
to this, is also for everyone out there as well who are listening. When it
Yeah.
comes to racism and stuff like that, you don't need to protest it. Just live against it. Whenever you're getting attacked verbally I've been attacked verbally by customers when I was working at my store. I just stand
Yeah.
up for myself. That's all you do. Just live your life to the fullest. Like even
And if you see someone being racist against someone else,
yeah,
speak up.
yeah, speak up.
Do
against
not
hate
be
crimes.
like
Yeah.
those Germans in World War II that are silent.
Yeah. It's like
Speak up.
yeah, exactly. It's like there's no need to go to Sydney CBD and protest with people if you don't want to.
You
If
don't
feel
need to do that.
Exactly. Just live a life that you're
yeah.
that are free
One
of
man
hate.
can make a difference.
Exactly. It takes
Just,
a very small action. It doesn't take much, trust me. But
Like-
yeah,
if you're with a bunch of friends and you see some, prick harassing some dude for being like a non-conventional race, or even white, black, Hispanic, Asian,
doesn't matter who.
for any reason,
Yeah.
even like if an Asian person is racist against a white person, you speak up no matter what.
Exactly.
Or you and your friends can glare at them.
Oh my god.
That'll get the job done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are definitely, as a animated UTS, we embrace all cultures and all our members of different races. You've got European, Asian, obviously Middle Eastern, Australian. It's a very wide variety, and yes, we do as a society we do oppose all forms of racism and any hate speech
I
will not be
support
tolerated.
some forms of racism.
Oh yeah, like what yourself?
Humans.
Human racism.
Human beings must always be on the top of the food chain.
Oh my
we
God.
cannot let aliens,
Oh
if
my
they come,
God.
surpass us. If we let them attack us, they will enslave us and eat our brains. We must always
First
be on
of all,
top.
they'll probe you first. They'll stick a needle up your asshole, and then they'll do some crazy
What
experiments.
if we
on
kill
you.
them first?
How do you
They'll
know if
lobotomize
they can be killed? Yeah. How do you know
You
they
must
can-
kill them all for the God Emperor.
Exactly.
That's right.
Mankind.
You know what? I agree with Samuel. For the first time, I agree with Samuel.
Oh my
we need
goodness,
to
this
shift
is
our
history.
eyes to the aliens.
That's right. Well, the aliens probably won't want to come here after they see what's happening. So.
Yeah.
Why would they come? You know, you got police officers fighting among their own citizens, the citizens they're supposed to protect. It's very
Yeah.
bad behavior. Obviously, I don't want to generalize any police officers, but let's focus
Yeah.
on those 4 specific police officers. But yeah, it's always just live a life free of hate, and that's it. For those,
It doesn't even matter if you think what they did is racially motivated, to see that even if it is or isn't, it's still wrong what they did.
exactly.
Yeah.
Police brutality. That's no. You're supposed to. It's not that. Let's squash it. You're supposed to serve the society. You know, not
Yeah.
oppress society. If that makes sense.
And
yeah.
if you are an American listening to this, unlikely, you have
We have
First
an American
Amendment.
member actually. Just
Oh,
We do,
yeah.
we have a few.
The
Okay.
horse person.
You
Yeah.
have First Amendment rights, which are arguably more important than your Second Amendment rights. Your First Amendment rights allow you for a peaceful protest. In Washington, D.C., peaceful protesters were shoved back before the curfew. That is a severe breach of the First Amendment.
Yeah. Oh, and do you know why they were shoved back?
Why?
Because the president wanted to go take a photo op at a church.
Exactly. It's the worst possible reason.
Wait, was this recent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was this the one with
It's-
the Archbishop? Is it this one?
Yeah. No, it's the one where like the Channel 7 news reporter got hit.
Yeah.
Oh,
In the
wow.
Lafayette Square, I think it was.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. Absolutely
Yes.
disgusting.
So, okay, you can protest, we support you protesting.
Exactly.
But those of you listening are probably not looters or rioters.
Definitely.
But if you see someone looting or rioting, stop them.
What? No! Shut up! No.
You have the power of God and anime on your side. You can do it.
You have the Second Amendment
Tell
rights.
yourselves
You have a gun.
Down yourselves. Edit that out. No, don't you freaking do.
no,
No,
yeah.
no.
Don't edit it
You're gonna
out.
get yourself hurt. No.
You're gonna let these people destroy lives for the sake of their anger, for the sake of unjust things to justify themselves with.
No. If you see anyone looting, just remain calm.
These people are
And call the
desecrating the
authorities.
name of George Floyd by rioting and looting, destroying small businesses that have no ties to this issue at all.
Brian, as a lawyer, what do you think?
Me? That's a tough one.
You're our guest. Come on, you're
I
our guest.
agree with Samuel that what they're doing is completely wrong. These small businesses that are being harmed have no involvement in the issue at hand. But whether you as a civilian should go out and actively stop people from rioting, I don't think you have the power to do that. I mean, depends how you go about it. If it's like you help small business you got to be smart about how you do it. Instead of actually physically going out there and standing in front of the shops and being like, yo, don't do this, you can maybe help the business owners take precautions, like strengthening their windows, or and just whatever you like, or even raising awareness about the struggles the shop is going through, so people don't leave
Yeah.
it.
Definitely.
And don't attack police officers. It just makes you as bad as them.
Yeah.
You know, if you talk with diplomacy, as we've seen, the police officers will march with you, like in Michigan.
You don't fight
These are-
fire with fire.
Yeah.
You are smart and you work together. You work together to move on to a new, I guess, advancement in society, if that makes sense.
Not all police officers are like these four.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Man, that reminds me of Attack on Titan. Samuel will know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh my
I know.
god, stop spoiling it! You're spoiling it! Oh my lord! I want to read the manga now. You just make me want to read the manga.
Read it.
I don't know, I want to wait. Have they released a date for the last season? By the way?
This year sometime, I think.
This year, this last time. Okay, no, I'm gonna try to wait.
I think Attack on Titan is related to what's happening now.
Yeah.
What, the later
think it
manga?
is as well.
Really? I mean,
Yeah.
I watched season 3, but are you sure about that?
No, I'm sure.
I don't want to say anything, but are you sure about that?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Brian.
Yes, it is. I would
Yes.
say.
See.
It takes
Okay,
a big turn in season 4.
Okay,
Yeah,
Brian.
you need a big brain like
Okay.
Yeah.
me and Brian. Not like you can. You have a small brain.
Small brain,
like
Ken.
the brain that was in Spy Kids 1.
Oh my god. Okay, let's move on. I guess that's a lot of news. I'm sure it was a very moral, ethical, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably
Yes.
gonna kill
Oh.
us for talking about these sort of topics. But it's what we believe in.
Do you know the thing Samuel was saying about like when you see racists in public, just like glare at him? That reminded me of a time where me and my friends saw like a racist attack happening on a train, and then the dude sitting next to the racist person just started sniffing him. It was the weirdest thing, but it worked.
What?
The dude ended up going away.
Hey, it worked.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Was he
Like,
what
sniff
was he
racist
racist
guys.
to? Who was he racist to?
It was like this Asian dude. He was asking him to like stand up to give him
Yeah.
his chair, but the Asian's like, "Why should I do that?"
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Yeah, he was just being racist and stuff." And
And the
dude
guy
started
sniffing him,
smelling.
who was he?
Hmm?
Who's the guy sniffing him?
Oh, he's just some random dude who was trying to get involved to like stop
Oh
it.
wow.
Was he
actually-
Asian?
No, he was white. I think.
It's very creative. Yeah. It's good to know that how people just don't care about race. It's just who cares?
Yeah.
It shouldn't matter too much, anyways.
Yes.
It's like I guess it's like a child. A child isn't born racist. It's society that makes them racist. So yeah.
If you think that if you see race as the biggest difference or biggest thing to discriminate on between you and another person, I think you have a pretty pampered life to not worry about other things, you know?
Yeah. What are some stuff you kind of like? Actually, that's a completely different area of topic. My bad. We'll continue with the schedule.
Don't be racist.
That's it.
That's it.
Let's summarize.
That's
We've
it.
talked about this way too long. Let's
Yeah.
We have.
Yes, we got. I'm sure the audience have bigger problems right now.
Yeah,
I've
like
got exams coming up.
I know exams. Holy crap!
Yes,
For your
Yeah, you
first
should
year.
be worrying about exams
Exactly.
than another person's skin color.
Exactly.
exactly.
You don't have time to be so discriminating against people. Just focus on your exams, and you should be fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
Try not to be an asshole. That's it. Okay, we're done. We're
hey,
done.
move on. Jesus Christ! Just shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
So a lot of you, assuming anyone's listening, I'm sure some of you audiences are first year. Hopefully, you want to give advice. Us three want to try and give you guys advice on how to study and how to be motivated and how to get things going. So
Yeah.
Samuel, how do you study? I mean, you failed quite a bit of units. Let's be real. But what keeps you going? What makes you motivated?
what an introduction.
You failed a lot of subjects, but yeah, what keeps you going?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's
You
very
just
helpful.
gotta keep throwing yourself against the wall until you jump over it. You know, no matter how many times you fail, you gotta pick yourself back up, jump over the wall.
Well, Samuel has said it. Eventually the wall crumbles.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
like-
your body's gonna be bruised
exactly.
and broken,
And
but
for
you're gonna get
those-
through that wall.
I was talking to my cousin. She doesn't go to UTS. She goes to WSU, but she's been very worried about going to uni. And sorry, not uni. She's very worried about her exams. And I told her the biggest advice. I told her, as much as everyone wants to pass, it is technically, well, in my opinion, it is okay to fail. It
is.
is okay
Yeah.
to get pushed back a couple steps, because those couple steps that you took back, you can use as learning lessons or experience to step.
Yeah, that's
to take
why I
more
fail
steps
all the
forward.
time.
Yeah, you know, you take a couple steps in order to get a spike. You know,
Yeah.
it's a volleyball analogy.
Gives you a little bit of perspective.
Exactly. Well, how I study is honestly very basic. I'll give you what I technically do. I don't study last minute. This may be a surprise, unlike Samuel. I read my notes. I constantly read my notes. I always listen to the lecture recordings. If you don't have lecture recordings, then just read the lecture notes. And then I just write notes and I just read a lot, mainly just to try and drive the content in my brain. It's probably the best way. More advice would probably be listening to music, I guess. I like to listen to music. Some people don't. But it's not. It's kind of hard to explain how I study. I just listen to music and I just
Just
write.
do your thing.
Yeah, just do my thing. It may be distracting in this time where everyone's under isolation, where some people might go to the library or go to UTS to study. But yeah, that's probably the best way. Just it's gonna be stupid advice, but just do it. But yeah, I'm Brian.
Brian,
We all know you.
Studying.
You're
a
that one
law
guy.
student,
Yeah.
so
On
so
Discord,
you
you're
must be good.
like, oh, I'm gonna go off to study. See you guys. But do you actually study? Do you study, Brian?
How do you study,
70% of the times I say that I actually do study. Yes.
70%.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yes.
What do you do?
Hey.
How do you put your
Me, it really depends on the specific subject. Different subjects I study in different ways. One thing that I've been getting into is flashcards that I found really helpful. So like, even like amongst you and your friends, if you guys make flashcards for each other, there's also like a lot of research that goes into showing that flashcards are linked to like more memory retention, so you remember the content more vividly if you use a flashcard. And also highlighting. I like printing out all my notes.
Oh, I love
and then-
highlighting.
yeah,
So
just
good.
go through and highlight it. Like, since it's colorful, it's easier for me to memorize. And
Exactly.
yeah, and you have to like just take a really structured approach to your studying. Like, what are you studying for? Are you studying for an exam? Are you studying for like? Are you doing an assessment? If you're studying for an exam, I'd recommend going through each one of the topics one by one and making sure you have like an individual understanding of all the
Exactly.
topics.
Okay.
Yeah, and then after you do that, you'll realize that you have a more broader, holistic understanding of everything because you've studied everything individually, and everything just kind of falls into
Yeah.
place.
I've got something to add on that. Don't cramp your entire 10, is it 11 lecture notes? Is it 12
Yeah.
weeks? Is it? Yeah. There's 11 lecture notes for most of the subjects. You know, every week they release a lecture note. Don't cramp all 11 lecture notes in one night. It's going to sound hard, but you got to break it into components, or break it in each individual lecture note. Make
Yeah,
sure you...
don't do that unless you have 3 cans of Red Bull.
Exactly. Oh, Samuel should know. I mean... and
Hey, I did it.
And look what happened to him. He
What?
failed most of his units.
Look, it's not about the jump. It's about the scramble. You gotta like leap and then scramble to each section. You know, just barely making it, like a shonen anime where the protagonist just barely wins by a little bit.
You remind me of that scene in Spider-Man 2 where Peter Parker loses his powers, but then he still tries to jump, but he f***ed up the jump. Is that you are right now?
Yeah, I am Peter Parker.
No, you're
Spider-Man.
You're post Spider-Man where he lost his powers.
No, I'm
Powers.
Spider-Man.
But yeah, that's probably what Brian said is definitely good advice. Just keep it structured. Listen to pop on some music. Learn
Yeah.
each lecture note on its own. Don't try and cram the entire thing. Don't read. It's better to understand than to memorize. If that makes sense.
Yeah, and if you have like math involved, make sure you actually practice math. Practice the
Definitely,
math. Don't just understand the theory. You have to apply it as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you can't expect. Let's say you do an exam paper, a practice paper. You can't
Yeah.
expect the actual exam to have the exact same question but different numerical values. They will always apply knowledge rather than apply this formula. So you in the math you get a bunch of formulas, right? But admittedly, you do use the formulas, but rather it's about how you use them. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like initially, when you're just starting out, you just need the formulas, put the numbers in, you're done. But you can't get away with that later on. You actually need to understand how to use those formulas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
PhysMod, for you engineering student, physical modeling, you need to learn to apply those formulas. You can't just plug in F equals ma
Yeah.
or some other equation. I
You
can't
can't
remember.
just be like, oh, V equals IR. You need to analyze the circuit, which is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Well, that's how to study. But outside of
Yeah.
studying, obviously, you need good
Oh,
sleep.
I've got one more other good study tip for
Oh,
you
yeah?
guys. Just quickly about like assessments. The biggest reason people like procrastinate on assessment tasks and everything is because of the huge workload. Something that I do that really helps me is break that workload down into things that you need to get accomplished. So if you're writing an essay, break it down into introduction, argument 1, argument 2, conclusion, and just
Exactly.
like dot point what you're going to write for like argument 1, and then just go through and write it sentence by sentence. And then that
Yeah,
make the
split it
entire
into
process easier.
parts that are more achievable.
Yeah.
Like you won't be able to knock it all down in one day, but see your coding. Be like, oh, I'm gonna write all the structs this day, or day 2, or I'm gonna link all the header files that I need and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand what they mean. Just break it down firstly, and then gradually.
Break it down.
Yeah. You know.
Break it
Oh my
down.
god. What the? Shut the f up. But yeah, that's really good advice, Brian. Thank you for letting us.
Thank you.
Yeah,
All
thank
good.
you. Very. See, this is why we have you, Brian, in this podcast. You're a
Brian,
beacon of hope.
course.
You do everything that no one else can do. You study. You have a social
I'm
life.
not good at
You play
advising
volleyball.
someone.
You have an anime
Academics.
life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Samuel is your polar opposite. You're the yin. He's the yang. I forgot which is the bad
Yes.
one. Who's the bad one? Is it yang?
They're both good
They're
in their
both-
own way.
Is it? Oh, I don't
No,
know.
I mean like one's bad, one's good. I'm just being like,
It's don't use my methods. I brute force everything, and you eventually burn yourself out.
yes.
Yeah.
And you're in a continuous phase of burning out if you try and brute
Exactly,
force. It's very draining on your willpower, and you shouldn't do that.
Oh, definitely. You got to see Samuel in 2 years from now. He'll be the only one on his podcast.
I think I'm still gonna be here. Yes.
It's okay, Samuel. I'll come in as a guest. As a regular guest.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Oh my god. Well, outside of studying, there should be a number of different things you need. You should be, in my belief, you should do good sleep. 8 to 10 hours or 8 to 9 hours of sleep.
Yes.
Yes.
Sleep allows you retain information more.
Speaking of that, do not do an all-nighter. Sleep, like Samuel said, sleep allows you to retain and process the information you learned on that day. If you study up to like 5 a.m. or stuff and then sleep, the likelihood of processing that information would be low. So make sure
Unless you
sleep.
cram. If you're cramming and you really screwed up throughout the semester, then you don't have a choice. But optimally, you'd want regular sleep,
Yep.
a regular sleep before the exam,
Yep.
and yeah,
Exactly.
But question,
don't be
Ken,
me.
what if you stay up until 5 studying and then you get 8 hours of sleep after 5 a.m.?
That's fine. That's
No,
fine.
no, no. It depends. It depends on the last 5 hours. So the last 3 hours. So like 3, 4, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Depends on that period. Are you tired? Would you be tired within that 2, 3, 4 a.m.?
Yes, you would be, most likely.
Some
Most
people
likely.
are just natural
That being said,
night owls.
It's impossible to
so-
It's impossible to process the information. If you're awake during during that period before the 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Assuming, I don't know, I'm pretty sure it's unlikely, but if you're awake, then I'm pretty sure you'll be fine. But
Awesome.
if you're too drowsy, or this is my opinion, if you're too drowsy, I feel like you won't be able to process the information, and therefore
Yeah.
you learn nothing.
Oh,
If-
good.
but-
I mean,
by the
that's
time
what
that
I
hap-
do.
Yeah, is that what you do?
Yeah, time
How's that
is
going?
just a concept, guys. Like,
Oh, exactly.
Yes.
Time is relative. Yeah. Who
exactly.
invented 24 hours? Some random white guy.
I know, I can't believe this.
That was a racist joke. I'm joking.
365 days.
I know, right? Why not 20 days, huh? Why not?
I would
5
love a
million days?
20-day year.
Exactly.
Yes. I would be at like 100 years old then. How good. So much wisdom.
Exactly. Yeah. We'll
Yes,
all be
exactly.
old. We're all old.
Yes.
What else do we need? Good food. Biologically speaking, your body runs off food. Did you guys know that?
Did you know
I
that
had no
butchy
idea.
gum has both the properties of rubber and
Oh
gum?
my
Oh
god.
my God.
Shut the f up. Your mental power is fueled by the food you eat, specifically carbohydrates, so bread and stuff.
Yes.
So make
Eat
sure you eat your
bananas.
bloody food.
Yes.
But yeah, that's I think that's all I'm gonna say.
You know how to cook, Ken?
I don't know how else to prepare you guys. for-
Exercise.
Oh, no
Yeah.
one. Oh yeah,
You wanna spur your brain. You gotta exercise.
Yeah,
Do
me-
push-ups.
push-ups. Play some volleyball.
Yes,
You're gonna
come
work
play
yourself
volleyball
up.
with
Oh
Ken and I.
my god, I just played volleyball today. Best freaking rally. It was we rallied for a full minute straight, Brian. A full minute.
Full minute. Amazing.
In my lifetime, that's never happened. Every 99% of the time, it's always some random guy that can't surf for crap.
Full minute.
99% of the time. I know. For the fact
I'm
that you
impressed.
survived, yeah. I had my face hit in that 1 minute,
And it still
I-
kept going.
and we still kept going. I did not stop. I was like, "Oh my freaking face! Someone help me!"
That's some
my face
Hinata
went hit.
stuff right there.
Exactly. It was so
Yes.
good. We had a Hinata player too. He was like half my size.
Oh, I want to meet this guy.
Yep. He
You
got
jump
bullied.
up.
He got bullied pretty hard by the other team.
That's character development. He needs it.
Of course, definitely. It's
Yeah.
such an amazing sport. Samuel, you should get into volleyball. I believe
No.
you'll have a lot of fun. Look, after you
No,
watch,
I only do martial arts sports.
What? Are you a black belt in karate?
No,
That's okay. What martial arts do you?
taekwondo. but I haven't done it in a while.
Very nice. You could probably
Combat
still beat me up.
sports are the best.
Yes.
They're also the hardest, but yeah.
Yeah. You would need to keep your body in good shape.
Yeah.
Okay, so sorry guys, my thing cut out for a couple seconds there.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Okay.
I'm sure Daniel Sims might be able to fix that. He is our one and only editor. He's our Roger Deakins of editing.
He is.
He is the
Yeah.
Roger Deakins of editing. I don't know any popular editors out there, but
I didn't trust anyone else with the editing except for myself. Then
I
someone
don't
suggested
trust
Daniel
you.
Solms, right? Someone suggested Daniel Solms, and I'm like, this man is more competent than I am in engineering.
I don't trust you.
I can trust
anyways.
this
I still
Yeah,
don't
that-
trust you.
That's
Oh!
a big compliment.
I need to finish it. I need to tell you guys my story, everyone.
Oh, say. Yeah.
Okay. See the schedule. It says Ken's embarrassing story from the police.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm ready to tell my story. Once upon a time, last Thursday. So last Thursday, I was out playing volleyball again with my friends, but I came early to the park by myself, and I was just eating my pork roll, just casually eating. And a police comes up. A police drives by. He parks his car for solid 5 minutes, and I'm thinking to myself, I get a bit paranoid actually. I get a bit paranoid. I think to myself, wait a minute, is this police gonna fine me for like I guess loitering in a non-essential workplace? Or sorry, non-essential place? Because all I was doing was sitting down and eating my pork roll. I looked around me, right? I see one crowd walking. I guess you could call that exercise. I see another guy playing basketball by himself. And I look at myself like, oh, I'm not exercising. I could get fined for not doing it for doing a non-essential activity.
Yeah.
So the police car, he's just staying there he's parked there for a solid 5 minutes, and I get paranoid. I get too paranoid. So I walk around. I go to the nearest place. So just a couple meters away from me, there's a workout place. It's a public workout place, and I drop my bag. I stop eating my pork roll, and I do some stretches. I do some stretches around this workout place in front of the police, so he knows that I'm not loitering or doing any non-essential activity. And I do a couple push-ups. I do a couple of chin-ups. I pulled my leg. I don't know how, but I pulled my leg for some reason. Hopefully, so the police doesn't fine me for just loitering around.
Yeah.
So turns out he wasn't there. He wasn't there patrolling the park. The police were there just to, I don't know, question this random white guy.
Amazing.
Yeah, that was my story. I was pretty embarrassed at myself.
Are you serious, Ken?
What? The
Wasted
the police was
5
parked.
minutes of our time.
No, that's an important story. The police were parked in front of me. I thought they were gonna find me, so I tried to. I did a full U-turn, went to the random gym, and just worked out in front of the police, so they wouldn't find me.
The police aren't gonna fine you for eating a chicken roll.
That's not exercise. The only reason why you
Yeah,
park
but
is
you're
exercise.
eating for a bit and then exercising. You just came back from volleyball.
No, I came early. You weren't listening to the story. Oh my god, I prepared.
You went early to volleyball.
Yeah.
But say if they ask you why you're here and you're not exercising, just say I have volleyball soon and I came early, and they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. If they tell you to move on, then move on. They're not gonna. First thing they're gonna
They
do
can't
is not
find
gonna
you.
find
Did
you.
you do not remember during the first couple weeks of restrictions, they said the police can find people on the spot.
Yeah, but they're not gonna do that.
I was the
because
only one
police
to
in Australia aren't pricks.
I was the only one sitting on a bench doing nothing. Everyone was walking, playing
This is
basketball.
not America. The police here aren't trigger-happy maniacs.
Well,
You like to lean on
the
people's
point
necks
was,
for 1
I
hour.
embarrassed myself. Okay, I was working out for 5 solid minutes to show, because I was scared that the police might, catch me for doing a non-essential thing. That's my story.
I was smoking in the city, in public, and they didn't care. They
When
don't
was
care. They didn't give it.
When was this?
I don't know, a year ago or so.
What?
I'm just saying, you're not supposed to smoke in the city like that. But I did it anyway, and they didn't care. As long as you don't litter, they don't care.
Well, it was different, okay? The police car was parked in front of me. It was literally 10 meters away from me. I thought he was gonna
yeah, but there's
find
other
me.
people around, so they
were-
could be after
but they
other
were-
people.
They were exercising. They were doing stuff. They were doing movement activity. I was just sitting down, eating my popcorn like a fat.
Yeah, but you had a sports bag with you, right?
That doesn't mean anything.
It does mean something. It means you're going to exercise.
Brian,
Yeah. Yes.
can the police find me? I have a sports bag. I'm eating on a bench with a
Probably
Pokemon.
not. They wouldn't have fined you again.
I'm sure they would have.
See? Our resident lawyer says you would be
Oh my
fine.
He could have
God.
shown you were there to do like a physical activity with the sports bag and everything. They wouldn't
You
fine
have
you for
proof.
eating.
That's an assumption. That's not definite.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they couldn't like eating is an essential activity as well. Like it's reasonable that someone will take a break from exercise to go eat.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So
So
that
you
was
should would
embarrassing.
have been fine.
I wanted to share how scared I was. Okay. I was really scared. I went.
Yeah.
I was just working out for 5 minutes. I was like, oh my god, please don't. Please don't
Please
come
don't
to
find me,
me.
cop.
Please don't find me. I'm doing an essential workout. I'm doing some exercise. Please don't.
Look at me walking.
Look at me
my
walking.
feet
Look at me. Look at me do a chin up. Look at me do a push up. Look at me do. Let me stretch.
Ooh. Just
Look at
start
me
doing
stretch.
push-ups.
Right in front of him. Oh my god, that was very scary. Okay, guys, I wanted to express myself.
You're scared of being fined.
Oh, come on.
Meanwhile, people are being scared of being shot by police for the color of your skin.
Oh.
And you're scared of being fined for
Samuel,
eating a chicken roll.
Samuel, I thought this isn't America. Did you just say that? This isn't America. Samuel, this
That
isn't
is
America.
true.
Why are you making outrageous claims?
I mean, some cops here are racist.
Oh.
Most aren't. I think a lot less cops are racist
Okay,
here
okay,
than they
okay.
are in America.
That's the wrong thing to say.
Okay,
I want to
yeah.
say every individual is not perfect. Not all individuals are perfect. Let's just say that.
That's
And
deep.
it's very deep.
I mean,
Brian?
some people are perfect.
Oh god.
Hmm? What
Some
happened?
people are perfect.
Oh, thanks, guys. Nah, I'm not perfect. I wish I was.
No, Brian, it's okay. You are perfect in our eyes. As
Oh, thanks, guy.
as an honorary member of Anime UTS, you are our beacon. Yeah, you're literally an emo called Legend.
Yo.
You're
Yes.
you're literally a legend in our Discord, and we're always welcome to have you.
Everyone is a legend in their own way, I believe.
Oh my god! See, this is why you're a legend. You're too humble.
I disagree.
Shut up, Samuel.
But this makes him right.
Like I
You
said,
know.
Brian is the yin or the yang. I don't know which one's the good one, and you're the yang or the yin. I don't know which one. You're everything that Brian is not.
He's
Wait,
anti-Brian.
You're
That's
anti-Brian. Yes.
We need both in our
Okay.
lives. So good.
Yes, exactly. We need some of the bad to notice that there's good out there.
That's true. You can't always be happy. You need to
Yeah,
be
it's
sad.
like in Scarface, you need the bad guy to point and then say, "Look, he's the bad guy."
Exactly. Like Naruto
And
wouldn't
that-
have, yeah. Naruto wouldn't have been as a good character if he didn't have a crappy childhood. He wouldn't have learnt what he had learnt throughout, you know?
Exactly.
Naruto.
I'm not talking about Naruto. I'm talking about Scarface.
As an anime
Oh.
society, I think Brian has a better analogy.
Yes.
Yes. Naruto would have ended up like Boruto if he was spoiled. If Naruto,
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, this is why not a lot of people like Boruto.
Yeah.
I don't mind Boruto personally, but
Read
yeah.
the manga. Naruto manga is good, guys. It's actually good. Please read it.
But is it just an adaptation?
I didn't like
How's it
Naruto.
different? How is the Boruto manga different than manga?
Oh, it's
from the anime?
completely different. The anime is like 97% filler. It's
I
just
didn't
filler.
get it. Why is everyone in Naruto a prick to Naruto?
Discrimination. He's got 9 tails.
So
Exactly.
that's cool though.
Yeah, but it means that he could destroy the city at any moment if he loses control. So everyone was scared
Exactly.
of him.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, it's a world where people have ninja powers, so like, don't be surprised.
Oh my god. Have you watched Naruto, Samuel, at all?
A little bit.
You're such a loser. You've not watched Naruto? Oh my god.
Can't believe this.
Because I don't watch like shonens that last for hundreds of episodes.
Naruto was our childhood. Is a childhood anime.
Exactly.
Or
It's-
manga,
it's
depending
not
on
mine.
It
who
was
you
my
are.
second anime I watched. First was Boku no Pico, then second was
Oh
Naruto.
my god!
Daniel, censor that. Daniel,
Oh, I'm
please.
so sorry, my bad. Yeah, you can censor that, Daniel.
Yes.
You know everything we said about like Ryan. I kind of regret seeing it now.
Said about what?
How perfect you were.
Oh, I'm
no,
sorry,
no,
but
no.
I was just saying the truth.
As long as Daniel censors Brian's
Okay,
confession,
okay, we can
he's a perfect.
tell people the lie, the illusion.
Exactly.
Yes.
No, it's a reality. It's not an illusion.
Whoa.
Time to talk about.
No, we don't have time. I don't want to talk
No,
about
no,
it.
no, we're gonna
Next
talk
episode.
about it.
Next episode. Next
No, no,
episode.
no,
I don't want
no,
to talk
no.
about it. I don't want to talk about it.
No, while Brian is still here, very quickly, 5 minute round.
Okay, long story
Okay.
short, I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who was forced to sign an NDA by one of their group leaders because apparently he's
So-
starting a business.
so
This guy of a
This
guy of a
person.
guy.
Yeah, keep going, Ken.
Yeah, this guy of a guy of a guy. It was very uncomfortable. He's being forced. He was threatened that he will get 0 marks or he'll be kicked out of the group until he signs it.
You're missing out on a lot.
What? I said.
Like,
Like
how
what?
the dude, it's a group project for a coding assignment. And one of the group leaders, 11 weeks into the group project, tries to force everyone to do an NDA. And some people don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And under threat of him kicking out that person from the group, he tries to force people to sign it.
Yeah. He forces the students' grades. In other words, if you don't do this, you get 0 marks. And he's also
So
forcing
this
the
person
Yeah.
enlisted the help of our resident lawyer, Brian,
Really? Oh,
and advised.
Nice. Yeah.
So, because of Brian, the day was saved. And
Exactly.
nobody signed the deal. Well, some people signed the
NDA. So it's unfortunately too
NDA.
late.
Yeah.
But thankfully, the tutors have intervened. So the guy of the guy. How many times have I said it? Of the guy is actually safe. So the tutors have actually found a resolution where it is technically not allowed. No group member is allowed to kick another member out.
this guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck this
it's
guy,
a-
honestly.
The
What
stupidest
goes
thing
through
I've heard.
someone's head to try and blackmail people to force you to sign NDA? Like,
Exactly.
what?
Yeah.
It was a full-on legal document, and it had witnesses too. I didn't know this.
Yeah.
I just got told
That's
by a friend.
ridiculous.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
of a friend.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's honestly, Brian, it's all thanks to you. Brian,
Oh,
Brian,
thanks, guys.
you saved the day.
I don't know where the guy is. The guy's probably busy doing, like, awesome stuff.
I
Yeah.
still
Stuff.
think that guy should have sent the guy a cease and desist letter.
Oh my god.
Just
I'll
scare
let-
him a bit, yeah.
I'll
And
let the guy know.
you should have. They should have sued him for libel.
Yes. Yes,
Should I
sue him
s-
for stealing your resources.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah,
code.
should the guy of the guy sue them for, like, damages,
Exactly.
like
The
mental
emotional
illness or
duress.
emotional stuff, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Should the guy get up Brian as a lawyer to represent?
Brian,
defended.
if I swear at someone and it causes them emotional duress, could I get
Yes.
it sued for that?
Most likely not. Swearing something that happens normally. Depends how vulgar the swearing is.
What if
Yeah.
I say something really bluntly that puts them at emotional duress?
So hate speech.
Yeah, but it's true. Not hate speech.
Oh, what?
I didn't mean it like that. But say something that's true.
Holy
Spitting facts.
oh my
If
god.
it's true, and then I think you should be fine. Like, as long as you weren't, like, egregiously offensive.
I see.
Well, that's a great way to end this podcast. I think it was great to let you guys know of the story of the guy.
Brian,
Yeah.
do you think
Yes.
aliens have to follow the Geneva Convention?
Oh my god, bro! Why? Can I end the podcast
Aliens,
now?
it depends. Yes, they do. If they want to live here. And
Do you
then
think aliens have human rights?
They're not human in the first place.
they would have
Exactly.
alien rights.
They don't have
Yes.
rights.
Yes.
We gotta kill them all. We gotta
Just go
kill
out
them all
slaughtering
before they
aliens.
take us over and enslave us.
It's
know-
self-defense. Yes.
Is
That is so stupid. I don't.
it's not
I wanna-
stupid, you heretic.
Shut the hell
Yes.
up.
Heresy,
You're wrong.
treason.
I want to tell you something that's true.
What?
That's not offensive. That's not a hate speech. You're
Yeah.
allowed to be wrong.
That's my thing.
You're allowed to be wrong, Samuel. It's
I'm
okay.
right.
All
I'm
right.
right.
The podcast is now over. Thank you everyone for
Goodbye.
listening.
Thank you. Thank
I
you,
feel
Brian,
bad
for being here.
thank you, Brian. Definitely for giving us your insights as an anime guy. I don't think.
Thank you for having me here.
No
I
worries.
appreciate it.
Yes, thank you for telling us your how you study and any advice on to study. I'm sure because of you, millions of first year students will get HDs. I'm sure they're gonna 100%
Millions.
because of you.
Yes.
Thank you
you
for
need
providing
business
us the
notes, hit me up.
legal justification and the casus belli to commit genocide on numerous alien planets.
Yes. Go for it. Until your heart's content.
Thanks, my
Slaughter as many aliens as you like.
lawyer.
Invade Area 51.
My lawyer is here defending me. I will not be held in an international or galactic tribunal for war crimes.
All right. Podcast's over.